So as I make videos and as I do live stream, people always join our stream and say, Hyo-sang, who's your bias in Stray Kids? Hyo-sang, who's your bias in ENHYPEN? Hyo-sang, who's your bias in CORTIS? So I wanted to dedicate today and explain every single one of my bias so that we don't have to get this question over and over again. I'm gonna go through mostly male groups because that's the one I'm interested in, but I don't mind picking some from female group as well. And I'll try to kind of yap and explain the reason why they're my bias or things like that. Some of the groups I'm not too familiar with, so I might not have a bias set. And some of the groups, I might have multiple bias. That's alright, right? Which group should we start with? I get asked most often about who my bias is in Stray Kids. This one, I actually already mentioned in my previous videos. When it comes to bias, I have bias in different areas. There is the visual bias, just by the looks. And there is the musical bias, by the music. And there is the personality bias, just as a person. For me, this isn't always the same. So, for looks, without doubt. By the way, before I start this, I'm straight. Just letting you guys know, it's not like... I personally think my type in terms of looks is definitely Hyunjin and Felix. Felix is, by the way, my boy. He's my boy. So Hyunjin and Felix. Obviously, other members all look good, but I think Hyunjin's kind of handsome is the type of handsome that if I could be reborn, I would choose that face. Have you guys ever had that thought? If you could be reborn as a guy, what face would you choose? I feel like I really want to be reborn as Hyunjin's face. And Felix, obviously. Felix is literally looking like a prince, without doubt. And then, music. I've also took a listen to all the Stray Kids songs as well as their solo songs. And initially, I thought my musical bias was gonna be Bangchan. But then, I got really shocked with Felix's range. And then, finally, I came across Han. Wow. Guys, I'm sure you guys have already heard, but like, have you seen Han's solo songs? Aliens or... Han's range and musical capability, his lyrics writing is respectable. I genuinely respect. Okay, I'm not trying to say this to diss him. I'm gonna explain this a little bit further. When there's a vocalist or a musician, I just have to clarify this, is that when I like certain musician, I sometimes like them as a instrument and I sometimes like them as an artist. What I mean by that is, you know how voice tone is something you can't change? It's something you're born with. So sometimes I like that aspect and sometimes I like their musical or artistic vision and capability and their practice, things like that. Han, being really honest, it's not that his voice tone is something that immediately caught on to me. If anything, voice tone-wise is Felix. It's the one that immediately catches my ear. But for Han, it's more so of the range and his musical ability. So like I slowly got into it after I took a listen to more of his own works. You guys see where I'm coming from? So yeah, so musically, Han. And lastly, what do you guys usually pick bias based on? There's the musical aspect, look aspect. I think people usually think of bias as look. And I think it is looks. But for me, what makes something truly biased is just who they are as a person. It's like who they are as a person is more important to liking the person and like becoming a bias than their singing or anything else. Do you guys agree? Because ultimately, they're human. I like them not because they're some dancing instrument. It's because they're a human too. So there are some times where even if someone is good at singing or even if someone is good at dancing, if I don't find that person respectable or I don't feel charmed in their personality, then I just kind of go like, yeah, they're good looking, but I don't really have particular feeling about them. So when I'm saying as a person, I usually find someone that I look up to. Do you guys agree? People might think K-pop idols as just singers and artists, performers, but I feel like they're one of the people in our age, they're around our age, who are trying hardest in their life. I don't know that many people in our age who try harder than idols. They can't sleep. They practice every day. They tour every day. It's a very high level of dedication. So, and when I see their, unlike other musicians, I feel like good thing about K-pop is that you could see how they act off stage. For other musicians, they don't have too many of that. They don't have other places where you could see their personality. But because, like for example, like for Stray Kids, they have a lot of their personal content and their interviews and things like that. So all of that combined, I usually always like the leaders. So Bangchan, you know how he never sleeps? He does everything besides sleeping. Like the responsibility, the leadership, I like someone solid like that. Do you guys agree? Also because you know how much they have to sort of embrace other members and they have to represent. And another thing is rarely you get a K-pop leader getting involved in scandals or troubles. I'm pretty sure there are sometimes, but rarely. And you could tell that they usually, or at least the successful groups, it doesn't really happen. And in fact, I think the successful groups are successful because the leaders are taking the responsibility. When the leaders aren't being responsible, that's when the group starts to tear apart. You know. So yeah, so in my opinion, as a person, I definitely Bangchan without doubt. But okay, now I literally said I'm picking bias, but I'm kind of listing everybody. Wow, guys, but I heard stories about Felix taking care of the member's birthday, like how he was standing outside the I forgot who it was. I think it was Hans or Hyunjin, and he was standing outside the building and singing happy birthday with the cake or something. And I'm like, oh no. Yeah. So, and okay, I forgot to mention Changbin. I think I enjoy people like Changbin who could sort of I don't know if you guys agree. I kind of define Changbin as a similar position as J-Hope. What I mean by that is, you know those people who are able to make the vibe of the room comfortable by being able to put themselves down? It's like not just humble, but if you see a lot of them talking, what happens is like they're all attractive and good people and talented. But what a lot of times J-Hope, mood makers, exactly. They put themselves down flat, especially on entertainment show, and then so that like you could bring out the laugh. And whenever I see that, you might feel like that's, low confidence. It's not low confidence. It's actually the other way around where they have a lot of and solid self-confidence where their self-confidence doesn't get hurt just by putting themselves down in front of other people. They already know what their value is and things like that. So like I saw this one clip where they were talking about Changbin and Hyunjin, how they got scouted or something like that, or street scouted. And I saw his interaction there with the other MC. The MC didn't know Stray Kids that well. And what they do really well is they put themselves down so that they could praise the other members. And it makes me think, oh, that's very mature behavior. Do you guys agree? Like that, I respect that kind of behavior. So yeah, in terms of person, so overall, I guess if I consider everything, this is hard. I would say Felix. Okay, I'll say Felix. Felix, but I do want to give points to Bangchan and Changbin. Yeah, Felix is overlapping with a lot of the looks, personality, musical. Yeah, I'll go with Felix. But like I just can't pick one. You know what I mean? But no, Felix is my boy. I'll go with Felix, my boy. But okay, wait. But I know I'm yapping too much. But if I could pick one person to talk to, like if I could get to speak to one of them, I'll pick Bangchan or Changbin. Does that make sense? It's kind of different from like, if I could be able to talk to them, if I could have a conversation with, yes, or Han, yeah, the three Rachas and anyway, girl, you could have multiple biases. No, here's the thing. You know why I'm afraid to have multiple biases? Because when there's only so little member in a group, if there's like 7 members and I pick 4 of them as bias. What does that make the other 3 members? It's like almost me saying I like everyone beside these 2 or these 3. So that's why I'm afraid to not, because all of them are great people. So I don't know. Obviously, it's not like these idols are gonna get their feelings hurt. I just don't like the fact that I leave people behind. You guys get the idea. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I feel about Stray Kids bias. What group should we do next? Definitely BTS or ENHYPEN. Which one should we do first? How about BTS? Because I knew BTS for the longest time in my life. I don't know. I don't think there's that many armies in my stream. Probably because we're getting old to type. But I am personally a big fan of BTS, and I know most about BTS than any other K-pop group. I can guarantee you. And they also have most songs and information out there. Do you guys agree? So in order for me to pick a bias and like someone, I need more information. It's hard to judge just from the cover. You need to be able to follow with their other things. And yes, BTS definitely, I've seen them not only a lot, but over the years. Do you guys agree? Because people change. And yeah, so with BTS, initially, I think I liked RM. I think my bias is still RM. Because, again, with the leader's responsibility, RM as a musician is also respectful. respectable. And the time I started really respecting RM is when BTS started coming to America. You know how since RM speaks good English, you know what's ironic? You know how he is in charge of every single English interview? What's ironic is in other groups, the ones who is in charge of the interview for English is usually because, oh, like they're born in Australia, they're born in United States. RM's not born in United States. He's born in Korea. So it makes me think it's not even like that RM is particularly advantaged over other members. It's just simply the fact that he studied harder. That's why he's good at English. Do you guys see where I'm coming from? It's not like he had other advantage. He just tried hard. Not only is he smart, but you know how language is not just something you could learn because you're smart. Obviously, you could learn faster if you're smarter, but you need to put the time and dedication, especially for pronunciation, for listening and things like that. And a lot of people struggle to learn second language even if they're not idol. Guys, I'm unemployed and I can't even study one more language. And RM is full-time idol and he managed to learn perfect English. That's dedication. That's respectful, by the way. So that is something I like RM a lot. And also as well as like the leadership in the group, that's something I like. In terms of the performance, as a musician, as a vocalist, guys, who do you think I would love in terms of musically within BTS? Music, just honestly, musically, everything combined. I think Jungkook is so out of the scale. My mom is also Jungkook fan, which I totally understand. His voice tone is my favorite, and I really get the Michael Jackson sensation from him. I'm not just trying to, start a fight where he's Michael Jackson or anything like that, but Michael Jackson in the sense where the perfect dancing, singing performance is also, you know how singing and dancing is part of performance, but it's not all about performance. Jungkook's stage presence and his performance, you can stop glazing. No, like, it's something else. It's something else. There's something about these 1 in a billion people who have that performance charm. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Jungkook has one of that. It's like something that just makes them a superstar. He has that. So even though, can I be honest? Even though as a person, okay, I'm not trying to diss or anything like that. As a person, I feel like I prefer RM over Jungkook because I don't know if you guys agree. I always feel like Jungkook is very free-spirited and RM is taking a full responsibility for Jungkook. And all the other older members. So in terms of that, I also, because, I'm older brother, it's not like I'm a good older brother, but I could kind of relate to the older brother sensation. I don't know. Do you guys have siblings? Do you guys have a younger sister or brother? So I generally relate to the eldest in the group, which is why as a person, my recent favorite is Jin. I used to just kind of think he's like a funny guy, who's handsome and sings well. I didn't really find him any particularly attractive. But then over the years, like I mentioned in the previous Stray Kids part, RM's leadership is very easy to see. It's very on the front. It's not hard to see RM's leadership. But when you see Jin and the way he interacts with other members, he works sort of as a glue to bond different members together. I think when there's a group of people and you have to work with them for several years, there has to be someone who sacrifice as in sacrificing their personality, sacrificing a lot of things in the social interaction. And I feel like Jin, because he's older, because he's more mature, he usually takes the role of that. What these people are good at is like, in the right timing, they're able to put themselves down, they're able to come up with humor. Have you guys ever heard this idea? Humor is something that requires highest level of intelligence. Because if you want to be humorous, you have to be able to read the room, understand what the audience likes, understand how their taste is, and be able to, it's very high intelligence, EQ, IQ requiring. And that's personally why I feel like Jin always make the situation very smooth. You know what I mean? Not trying to diss. Okay, I sound like I'm dissing, but you know how V has his own vibe, like his own weirdness? Obviously, that's a charm, but in comparison to V, Jin is more like, he almost act not like an idol. You know what I mean by that, right? He almost act like regular guy when he talks to other people. I think that's why when he goes on entertainment show, he is able to sort of make the other people comfortable. Yes. So yeah, in that sense, RM and Jin. But musically, Jungkook. Musically, yeah. Oh, in the same sense, I like J-Hope too. J-Hope has that ha ha ha. Oh no, okay, that sounds like a mockery, but you guys get the idea. Like yeah, the sunshine energy. It's a sunshine energy. No, it just reminds me of those random videos that I've seen where it goes like, "Excuse me, sir. Do you know where the train station is?" Like, I don't understand anything he said, or there are just J-Hope moments. Anyway. Actually, in terms of J-Hope, I like how he's so like that, but also he's so strict, and on stage he's so charismatic. Like that disparity makes it very professional. I want to be a person like that. I want to be able to be someone who's loose and casual on daily life, but I want to make sure I could be more professional on stage. And I think another thing is like, I could tell that he always tries so hard. He's always eager to learn new dances, and you could see it. You could literally see it. I like that so much. Yeah. I love Sprite. I love Panda Express. Anyway. All right. So that's my bias for BTS. What group should we do next? ENHYPEN? I think ENHYPEN is ENHYPENs are my boys. If anything, if I have a bias, I will say ENHYPEN is my bias. Can I start with this talk? You know who my musical bias in ENHYPEN is? Without 1 second of hesitation, it was Heesung. Like without a single 0.1 second of bias. It's like, I don't want to start a drama or fight or anything like that. Literally, I listened to ENHYPEN music because Heesung was in it. In fact, he did all the intros and pre-chorus and chorus and whatever the heck it is. He has literally all the crucial parts of the song. Or Evan, now he goes by. So if he didn't leave, I would have just been like, musically, Heesung. But okay, now that Heesung's out, the next that I personally felt very musically attracted to was Nicki. You know how Nicki has that husky tone? I thought the blend of Nicki-Heesung combo in ENHYPEN songs, if you listen to ENHYPEN music, you know, Heesung does the pre-chorus and Nicki takes the chorus, or Nicki does the pre-chorus, Heesung does the chorus. Like that combo, I thought worked very well. Because Heesung sort of has a male protagonist voice, and Nicki kind of has that husky, you know, like a side protagonist voice. I thought the blend was good, so yes. But as a person, my bias in ENHYPEN is so clear. You guys already know the answer. Who do you think my bias is? This is literally so obvious. I love Jay. Jay is so funny. Jay's funniness is, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like J-Hope or Changbin in the sense where he put himself humble. It's not even like that. Jay is so, I don't even know if it's unintentionally. Do you guys get what I'm talking about? He's so funny, and you know, one of those people who are just funny when they don't even, effortlessly funny. Exactly. You know what the first video I've seen of Jay was it was something like how, I forgot who it was, Jake or Sonu was talking about how to eat like you're starving and poor or something like that, and then at the side Jay was eating like this or something. I don't know if you guys know which video I'm talking about. And there's another video where Jay talks about like praising, like my family has been praising potato for the past generation, or there's another video. Okay, this is like a sad moment. You know, in the island, Jay has a moment where he says, "Can we not be like emotional and cry when one of the members leave? Like we gotta be professional." And then there's like the cry moment, like, oh. And then what else is there? There's like that, he's on a call with, I forgot. I think he was on a call with Chungwon, and he like just zooms in front of the camera, out of the camera. There's just endless J moments. Literally, it's endless. And the funny part is, it's like he's not trying. You know what I mean? You know how it's funnier when they don't try to be funny and it's funny. So that's why. Like there's other members I like, such as Chungwon. I think Chungwon's so kind. Sonu. I like Sonu because Sonu is a queen. And Sungwon? Wow, I didn't have any thought about Sungwon until I saw the ice skating. Have you guys, I always talk about this, the Sungwon ice skating and dancing XO on the rink. Like he danced, like ice skates, and then XO. And I literally thought, and from what I know, Sungwon is also the person who sings the first chorus in EXO. I already said this before. All other members singing EXO, Sungwon is the best. And I think that's also why the company decided to put him in the front. Yeah. So that part is always his part. He sounds so good there. So anyway, but my advice, I would say definitely 1000%. But yeah, nice. So we did Stray Kids, BTS, ENHYPEN. What other groups? Now it becomes a little bit iffy. Let me try to go fast so that I don't take too long. Oh, TXT. Oh, TXT is easy. Who do you guys think it is? I already talked about this multiple times too. And TXT, without doubt, is Yeonjun. And the reason why is there's no reason to pick a bias within TXT for looks. I've already mentioned this multiple times. They're all equally extremely handsome, that whoever you pick could be your look bias. Do you guys agree? It's just like whatever you feel like on the day. So what differentiates individually is more about personality, vocal ability, and dancing ability. Yeonjun's dancing is something else. It's something else. It's something else. I have few people in mind that I think is the best dancer in current K-pop. You know, like there's obviously J-Hope. I think Yeonjun definitely goes there. 1000%. So Yeonjun, because of the insane dancing. And on top of that, he has that mean looking face. The bully looking face. I know he's a kind person, but you know what I'm talking about by mean face, right? Yeah. So I like that mean looking face. Yes. In comparison to the other members. The other members look very kind beside Yeonjun. So, and alright, that's TXT. ATEEZ? So ATEEZ, I only got to recently know about them. With ATEEZ, same reason as I picked RM or Bangchan. Hongjung. Oh, Hongjung for the leadership, but Hongjung I picked because, guys, have you heard his rap? Wow, his rap is something else. His rap is out of idol level, I would say. It's genuinely out of idol level. And obviously in ATEEZ, I also really much like San. And this might sound weird. I like San cause he has a beautiful body. Do you agree? Like gigantic back muscle and the, you know, big chest muscle and the like. Here's the thing. You know how pretty girls like pretty girls? Men also like other men with good bodies. I'm straight. But okay. Like ask another men if they like ATEEZ San's body. If they say if they say that, they're just insecure, you know. Good looking guys are also praised by other guys. So yes, San's body, respect. You know why I especially praise San? It's because he wasn't always muscular. I was so shocked when I realized that San was once a twink. You know, he was like twink like me. And then he buffed up and now all he do is working out and his muscles are like muscling and you know, yeah, it's a little bit different from, obviously, you know how girls also have to try hard to maintain a good body shape? And same with guys. But when I think of muscle building, there's no cheating for muscle building. You only have to put the time and effort. So face, you know how face is something you're born with? So even though I sometimes like by face, I don't think of face always as a result of your effort. That's something you're, you know, born with. But body is effort. There is a talent and there is genetics in body too, like height, frame, muscle growth, but still. So yeah, Hongjung and San from ATEEZ. Who else? Who have I not went through? Let me try to go a little bit more quickly. Long shot, Louis. In terms of vocal, Louis, but in terms of look, Oyur. Oyur, do you guys know who Oyur from Long Shot is? He's so handsome. He's like really handsome. Like really handsome. You need to take a look at his face. He's like really handsome. He's like really handsome. Yeah. So if you haven't seen, you should take a look at Oyur's face. And Louis singing? Louis literally Justin Bieber. You know, Louis singing is, he could have just debuted a solo, but he decided to be idol. Alright, let me do BoyNextDoor. I actually don't know too well. Have I not mentioned CORTIS? Oh, you guys know my CORTIS bias. It's my boy Martin, you know. Martin, play the beat. I love Martin. Without doubt. So it's always Martin. I don't think that's gonna change. Second to come is James, but number one is Martin. And who else? P1 Harmony. P1 Harmony. It's hard because it always has been Jiung, and I liked Kiho for the sassiness, but I took a listen to P1 Harmony's recent album. Wow, Jongseop's rap is so next level. Wow, 종섭's rap is so next level that it made me think, oh my gosh, should I just change my bias from Jiung to 종섭? The musical ability. Guys, do you guys agree? You know, when you get into certain groups, initially, you pick your bias by what? You usually pick it by looks, right? There's the one that catches your eye. But then, once you start listening to those groups, what really catches you is they're all handsome anyway, so the musical side hits really hard. It's kind of hard to ignore because ultimately, they're not models, they're idols, right? So they're singers and performers. So every time you see them perform, the ones who sing well and the ones who rap well ends up standing out. So I think that's the same way with 종섭, where initially my eyes were at Kyo, but like, yeah, you guys get the idea. Oh, I haven't done some girl group. ILLIT? Can I be honest? I don't have a bias in ILLIT. There's some groups where I don't have a bias. It's because, oh, by the way, I listen to a lot of ILLIT music. I just never particularly felt attracted to any of the members. Does that make sense? NewJeans, same thing. I never felt particularly attracted. If anything, Haein? Which one's the one that looks like a cat? Haein? I'm so sorry. You know what's so weird? I listen to so much NewJeans music, but Haein. Hear me out. Are you guys same as me? Haein? Oh, I think it's Haein. Getting to know the members and liking a group is different from liking just the music. I heard NewJeans music a lot, but I didn't really pay attention too much to the members. So I'm kind of fan of the music, not necessarily a fan of the people. Yes. Ghost 9, I know there's Prince, and Prince is a handsome, funny guy, and I always get jealous whenever I go on YouTube because you guys know Prince Vatini? I thought it was Vantini, but I think it's Vatini. Vatani? I forgot the spelling. Anyway, I go on YouTube and I always see his stuff and I go like, man, these good-looking guys, I hate these good-looking guys. But yeah, he's always in my recommendations. So, but it makes sense. He has high quality content. You know, like over here, all I do is yap, but he actually does fun content. He's like real idol. He does mukbang and unpacking and all that. So, oh, RIIZE, my bias. RIIZE is hard. RIIZE is very, I like multiple. I like Sohee for singing. Wonbin's also good at singing. Anton I like because his dad, I'm a fan of his dad. And Shotaro is very good at dancing. Yeah. SHINee, my bias was 종현. Yes. 17? Vernon? Uji or Vernon? Vernon. Yeah, I think those two. I think. And team, I don't know too well. M%1, I don't know too well. TWS, I don't know too well. BIGBANG? That's hard. Okay, it's either G-Dragon or it's G-Dragon. Okay, thing is, G-Dragon is not even like a bias. G-Dragon is just G-Dragon. I don't know if you guys are familiar with G-Dragon, but do you guys see where I'm coming from? I feel like if your bias in BIGBANG is G-Dragon, it's not even like your bias. Who doesn't like G-Dragon? So, and in terms of the member, I like all of them. ZEROBASEONE, I don't know too well. OneVerse, I don't know too well. Who else? XLOV? There was one handsome cutie. What's their name? Haru? Yes. Oh, but then the center catches my eye a lot. You know the center? I forgot the center's name. Rui. I think it was... No. Is it Rui? Yeah. So initially I thought Haru was attractive. Oh, no. It's Utami. No. It's Utami. Yeah. Utami catches my eye a lot. Utami? Yeah. Anyway, PLAVE. PLAVE is also hard. PLAVE, you know why it's hard to pick from PLAVE? Like, issue with groups like PLAVE is the fact that their stats are so equally good in my opinion. As a result, it's hard to pick one, you know? Like, usually I pick one that's good at singing, but it's hard to find one that's good at singing within PLAVE. It's like, they're all good. So like, who am I supposed to particularly pick, you know? So... I always think of Noah, but recently Bambi has been... I like the pink hair. And PLAVE is hard. I need to get to know PLAVE a little bit better. Yeah. SSERAFIM? I don't think I have a bias in SSERAFIM. With girl groups, I don't know them too well. Who's in SSERAFIM? I know Eunchae? What's the main leader's name? The short hair girl. Yoonjin? No. Eunchae? 채원. Okay. 채원. Here's the thing. Guys, do you get where I'm coming from? I can't even say bias if I can't even name them, so... Oh, no. Wait, hold up. SSERAFIM bias is Sakura. But, can I be honest? My SSERAFIM bias is not Sakura. I just like Sakura as a person. I don't really care too much about Sakura in SSERAFIM. I just kind of like the life that she has lived so far. if that makes sense. Yeah, that's why I didn't even think of her in, when I think of SSERAFIM. Yeah. Who else? What other group? Day 6? I don't have any particular bias. I liked Jay's voice. You know what my issue is? You know who my NCT bias is? It's literally Mark. I didn't mention it, but like the issue is that my SHINee bias was Jonghyun, my NCT bias is Mark, my Day 6 bias is Jay. Like, do you see the issue here? Do you guys see where the issue is? My ENHYPEN bias was Heesung, like musically at least. So like these biases are all like leading the group. So that's the issue. Ah, man. KickFlip? Guys, I don't know KickFlip too well. GOT7? Jackson Wang? Jackson Wang. Can I be honest? I don't know. Do you guys know Jackson Wang? I'm sure everyone knows Jackson, but I don't really follow with Jackson stuff anymore, if I'm being honest. Neither do I really am all that interested. But I like Jackson a lot when he was in Day 6. I mean, no, not Day 6. sorry, GOT7. The number made me confused, and the JYP company. Sorry. Yeah. That's when he was getting to learn Korean, and I don't know if Jackson Wang fans would relate to this, but Jackson used to be a little bit more pure and straightforward. He had a sort of like a similar energy to Martin right now, but now Jackson feels so adult, and he's so I'm not trying to hate on US streamers or anything like that. I don't watch them too much, but I don't really like, when they hang out with US streamers, or I don't know, like or like when they get too freaky with the songs. Like, you guys see what I like Jackson in A or 하지마 네가 그럴 때마다 미칠 것 같아. Like so. And when they did all the acrobatics on stage, why do you want them to be lonely? No, it's not that lonely. It's just like, I don't know if you guys could sort of see where I'm coming from. My life is very far from like party, and socializing. Do you guys sort of see where I'm coming from? I'm very antisocial. I don't really live a sensual life. So as a result, when an artist kind of goes in that direction, I feel a little bit distant from them. I'm not saying like they shouldn't, but we can tell. Okay, Mr. Leash. That's why I don't understand why people like Leash. 101? I don't have a bias, but I liked 101. No, bias is hard to pick. I can't pick one from there. Yes. But alright. I think that's good for today. I'm sorry I didn't get to go over every single group. The reason why if I didn't mention the group, is probably because I don't have a bias there. Do you guys see where I'm coming from? If I had a bias, I would have mentioned it. So, and I'm not knowledge with every single group. Oh, EXO. I have to mention EXO. EXO, Dio, or Kai. Yeah. Or even Chanyeol. Dio is best at singing. I'm sorry, I sometimes forget about the older generation groups. So, yes. But yeah, ask me more. I'll try to... Maybe I could do this one more time and go over the groups that I haven't went over. But nice. Well, thank you for watching. Let me know what I should do next time as well.